Daniel Day-Lewis returns from retirement to act once again. Or is he really? He's starring in his son's film, Anemone. I think that's how you say it. And by the way, it means a flower, if you want to know what it means. And the reason it means a flower is because that it has something to do with the family past and how they grew flowers. And the movie is about trauma. It's about the cycle of violence and how that violence can lead towards people becoming shells of their former selves, because Daniel Day-Lewis's character Ray is someone who in a moment of compassion, or I guess you could call it compassion, was punished for doing that, and he could never let go of not just the punishment that he faced, but also the horrible things he faced when it came to religion, which causes him to denounce religion, while his brother, I got his name, whatever, but while his brother, played by Sean Bean, still embraces it. It's a movie about a family trying to rectify a damaged past, but the film's trying to say too much within a thinly veiled script. There's just long moments of just silence, of people walking through the quiet, serene forest of, or not forest, but woods of Northern Ireland. And that quietness is supposed to resemble the pain that we feel as time goes on. And with a lot of us, time doesn't heal. It just lets the pain within our wound just burn more. Daniel Day-Lewis's performance in the movie, of course, it's fantastic, and not just because it's Daniel Day-Lewis. He is sort of unrecognizable in his voice, in his candor. He does a great job playing this contemptuous person who can't let go of his past and abuses other people by ultimately abusing himself. And the film's about how he's trying to, there goes a motorcycle, the film's trying to say something about how conflict and violence can hurt our lives. It's, it's a period piece on the Troubles conflict in Ireland, but there's just so many moments where people are of just pure silence. And I get it, the silence is supposed to represent pain, but it goes on for so long. It doesn't know how to elongate its length like a Andrei Tarkovsky film does, which is what I think Ronan Day-Lewis may have been inspired from a little bit. But you look at something like the highway sequence from Solaris, for instance, where that long sequence is supposed to resemble the time between going from Earth to space, and how the feeling of loss just weighs on us, and it feels like it's never ending, and we just keep going through life in this long, monotonous cycle of uncertainty. Where that had layers in those sequences where, if you just look at it from the surface, you don't see much, but if you really look underneath, there's more there. The long sequences of silence in this movie just don't do much, but at the end of the day, it is effective. It is I think Daniel Day-Lewis kind of saves the movie, but it also is nice that it's a film that tries to end with a sense of optimism, but there is also a sense of dread in it, and it's a little different thanks to that. And there is potential if they just had a little more backstory, where it wasn't just long monologues, where we could actually have seen some of the things that have happened, where we could have seen why Brian in the film, the son, is so troubled. I mean, we understand why when it comes to the Troubles conflict, but it ultimately just is all right, not great, just isn't it? It's an okay attempt. I'd like to see what Ronan Day-Lewis does in the future, if he's able to refine the scripts a little bit and learn how to trim his pace. But yeah, ultimately, okay. See it for Daniel Day-Lewis if you're a huge fan of his. If you want to wait, just wait for it to be out of the theaters so you don't have to pay a ton of money, and then it can be on video. Or I guess that's an old man's way of saying it, but it can be on streaming. But yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 4 Guinnesses on my website. You can find the full written review at ypareviews.com. And yeah, okay, but hey, it's Daniel Day-Lewis. You can't say no to the goats.